Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies. Hello.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good
YK in the
morning.
building.
Yo.
Are you wearing black and white because it's Black Friday?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So how?
I don't even do shopping during Black Friday because I saw a video today. One of the supermarkets in
At the mall?
Otta or something. One of the malls. The people.
I think it was Obiajilu's situation report you saw. She was at the mall today and talking about how everybody...
I didn't even see that. I haven't even seen that.
I don't even understand why Nigerians are doing Black Friday. I don't get it.
I think what we're not understanding is for the malls, it is a business opportunity. Those malls just take advantage of the fact that when they call it a sale, even if there was no sale, if there's no discount, people would say, we're going. There'll be minute discount as compared to what you spend to get that discount. So they are making money. The shops are making money. So if I can declare, even I have done a flyer for sales on makeup products today, so let me remember to post it.
It's just how we jump on all these funny foreign concepts. I don't get it. Yes, YK?
I was going to go and do my phone at the mall today.
You've changed your
When
mind.
I saw the kind of crowd, I said, like,
yes, now, I don't
let me
understand
just stick with my
anyway.
phone. I manage it.
How are you doing, Mariam?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing much better. I got so many messages from viewers, sent me messages. They, oh, can hear your voice and everything. So many messages. So thank you
That's
so
so
much.
sweet.
Yeah, really sweet. Thank you. I'm doing much better. I was stuck in traffic today in that Ogudu Road. It was hell. I mean, I was there for like 45 minutes. And then when we got to the place where apparently the cause of traffic, it seemed like there had been an accident, but you know, there were the traffic people there and everything. It was good that they were there. You know, sometimes we just complain about the traffic, but we never talk about when they do something right. So this was done well. They came, cleared the place up, and free-flowing traffic. So thank you and well done.
How are you doing, Tapo?
I'm good. I'm grateful to God. Tomorrow, I'll be hosting duty MC for a VIP launch of Tismat. Tismat is my person, so really I can't even start sending bill. But on Sunday, I'm inviting everyone to meet me at Ikeja. I'll post the flyers and the details. It's going to be the official launch of the Tismat Hub. Now, this is someone that has become like my sister, and I saw how she struggled for 6 months to put that store together, how she was counting every naira and buying one bulb of light and all of that. So, like when people see the building now, they just say, this person must be really rich for her to put together such a thing. But I knew the process. I knew the crying, the vigils and all of that. And I'm grateful to God that
So it's opening on Saturday or Sunday?
On the 1st of December, Tismat Fashion Hub will be open, and it's to the glory of God. I'd like every one of you to join me there, really. Let's celebrate entrepreneurs that are struggling. You know, don't just go and be following Invictus Obi and all those ones that we now find out later. This one, the hustle is real, and we must celebrate them.
We noticed you're wearing your husband's t-shirt.
Yes, I'm repping this is my husband's brand, and so he told me like, I'm doing something today, you will not even wear it. I said, I'm going to wear it and I'll show up. So they're doing a fun fair. So
TVC will send the bill to Ogama. Since your wife is wearing your t-shirt.
Google the name. Google it. Anytime you see me, just Google the name. That's how the twins are getting fed.
We'll send the bill to you. Good, but yeah, so Black Friday is today. Everybody's doing some kind of shopping today. I mean, as much as
me.
Yeah.
Me too, definitely. I don't think it's
But when you were in the US,
Black Friday in the US made sense.
Why?
Because the reason why you do Black Friday in the US is because of the overeating on Thursday, and everybody now they don't expect you to wake up early to go shopping. That's why they make it Black Friday, because for those of you that come between 5 a.m. maybe 10 a.m. they give that 4 hours, and you come, you get 70% discount. That's how Black Friday was birthed. So you are eating on Thursday, you've had all the turkey, you are full, and the probability that you get up on Friday is slim. So those who can struggle between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. you get a strict discount. That was how it started. Now in Nigeria, people are now rushing Friday morning.
We're doing Halloween in Nigeria. You're not complaining. So if we can do Halloween in Nigeria, people were celebrating Thanksgiving.
YK will say, if you can wear a wig, why are you complaining about other things?
Hey, you have said it for YK.
Yes.
I can start Black Friday. Apart from
Jumia is here today. They're going to be talking about Black Friday. So let's not spoil their markets for them.
Please, buy.
So let's
come and buy markets from me too.
But first, let's take this top stories in the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start with the Punch. Uproar as Buhari makes fresh request for $29.96, approximately $30 billion loan. 7 die, scores injured in Lagos gas explosion. 9-year-old girl allegedly commits suicide in Benue. Past governments abandoned job creation section, says president. 8.8 million workers have pension accounts, says PENCOM. Customs blame DPR for illegal border petrol stations. APC disowns suits seeking third term for Buhari. Fashola blames bad roads on abuses by users. IPPIS, federal government can't frighten us with salary stoppage, says ASU. FG deducts 35.5 billion naira from state's allocation as bailout. Lots of story here. Let's start with the human interest story, the 9-year-old kid.
Okay, so the very sad story, a girl called Maria Abba, 9-year-old in Makurdi, allegedly committed suicide. She was found in the bathroom, on the bathroom floor, with a wrapper tied around her neck. She lived with a prophetess and her children, and they said the day before was one of the prophetess's children's birthday, and you know, it just didn't seem... It doesn't add up. Yes, and then the next day, the girl went to the bathroom, one of the daughters went to the bathroom and found her on the floor.
I just hope the police would investigate.
My only fear is because we know the stories of how we send children to men of God, women of God to live. I wonder what sort of treatment she was getting. Yeah. I hope that I would get information like that, but we
and I hope the police will really take this up and just not accept that it's suicide and then investigate this death. Okay, let's take up this story about Fashola saying bad was blamed on by users is totally misleading. I read the story. First of all, it was the Minister of State that spoke, not Fashola. Okay. And secondly, what he was saying was that he was giving a speech, and he was saying that one of the issues we're having is the fact that the trucks applying the roads, some of them don't have permits. Some of them abuse the road. They have overweight trucks. That was the context in which it was said. But when you come across as if they are blaming it on us, the people, then people can misconstrue this headline.
It's valid when I drive to see my parents. I look at those roads that were freshly done, and then you will see a truck probably lose a tire, and that truck will drive and draw a line all through.
Qualified it as trucks.
Can I just say something about these roads? Right. If you do the roads properly, it will not happen, because there is a road that Fashola did on that Ogba Road, College Road.
It's still...
That road, he did it like 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago. That road, there is not one hole. That's because, and the trucks that pass there, I see them. At night, I see trucks.
But eventually,
if a truck breaks down.
Eventually.
Maintenance, if you don't maintain, anything you don't maintain, will spoil.
Okay,
so if there's a small hole and you maintain it today,
but the point I was trying to drive was that this headline was
made it look like the Nigerians are the ones causing the bad road issue.
Anybody that reads will think it's something else.
But it's the trucks.
Let's move on now to Daily Trust. Ex-governors receive billions as pensioners groan under unpaid arrears. Let's find UK court okays federal government's plea on PNID's $9.9 million claim. NAFDAC alerts on expired rice in circulation. Any story?
Two stories. The first one is that please don't buy foreign rice, because the NAFDAC officials working with some other agencies, let me confirm what agency it is. NAFDAC officials working with the Department of State Service in the Ogun region found rice that are like caked up and expired, and people are rebagging it as local rice. So I'm worried that Nigerians will do this to ourselves. So you might need to open the rice before you buy, and if you notice it's caked, return it. I tend to buy from supermarkets where I know that if I take it back, I'll say, this is the rice you gave me. This is what it is.
Talking about rice, I went to an event, and that place, I won't mention the name of the place, they had loads and loads of rice, like a whole, like a whole truckload of rice.
Local?
Now, I went there and I said, I want to see if this is local or foreign rice, because I'm about to call NAFDAC on you right now. They said, no, it's Nigerian. I said, there's nothing Nigerian on these bags. So I was just being careful. I was not asking the guy, how is it a Nigerian rice? Tell me the NAFDAC number. Show me that it's Nigerian rice. He now actually brought it out for me. So there's a lot of rebagging going on, and we have to be careful.
Because I went to the market as well to buy rice, and I saw made in Thailand. And I said to him, because I said, I want Nigerian rice. He said, it's Nigerian rice. We used to just put it inside this bag before, and people buy it. So there's too many things going on.
You have to be very careful. Moving on,
let's play the governors. So we must applaud the the State Assembly in Zamfara. The Zamfara State Assembly is the first state House of Assembly that has upturned the pension that is given to governors. They've signed it. In Zamfara State now, going forward, governors, deputy governors no longer get pension allowances. That's good news, considering the fact that some states spend as much as 300 million as gratuity, while others spend as low as 2.2 million annually as pension. This came out because you remember that I think last week we saw one printout from the office of the former governor. So based on that letter, the state has reacted, and this is a good move.
Fantastic.
Very good one.
Let's just watch in 3-4 years' time that he doesn't do his own pension.
Yeah, well, it's House of Assembly. Let's move on to Daily Sun very quickly. Gas explosion wreaks havoc in Lagos. That was a very big story. Hate speech bill, Buhari wants to gag Nigerians, says Khan. Border closure, killing our people, businesses, says Ogun State. And NDDC board Senate desk presidency. Let's talk about the gas explosion. Who has that story?
The gas explosion. There, apparently 4 people, according to the papers, 4 people died, but according to the authorities, they say only 2 people, the 2 kids died. And what had happened was there was a gas leakage, and this guy probably didn't know, one of the shops, was using his phone when the thing sparked up and the fire started, and there were pictures there of the people. I mean, I even first thought it was a space film or something of the way they were wrapped up.
Yeah, it was first aid.
Very, very terrible. And
I mean, I'm happy that first aid got to them. At least for taking them to General, they took them to Bagada General Hospital.
So about 23 of them were taken to the hospital. Various burns.
Really, really sad.
Vanguard said 6 died. So
Vanguard said 6, Punch said 7. So every paper had a different number.
Figure, as usual.
But since I decided to go with the Sun story, I was said 4.
We just hope that those that have been taken to hospital will be properly taken care of.
Okay, moving on now to Vanguard. Editors can others rally against hate speech bill. Will be tough on sex for marks lecturer, says Governor Abiodun. IPBIS reps wade into FG and ASU face-off. 100 billion naira constituency project, ICPC, Action Aid, NOA now in charge. And Africa Development Bank approves $210 million power project for Nigeria. Let's talk about Khan for a minute, and we'll talk about IPBIS.
So Khan is just saying that the hate speech bill needs to, it's really about gagging Nigerians, and that the Senate should concentrate on matters that are really important to us, like insecurity, economic hardship, poverty, and leave this bill alone, and asking Nigerians to, lend their voice and, just make sure that this doesn't go through. I mean, Nigerians have been talking about
it. I think they're even late to the party, because we're talking about this for a week now. And even the Senate said yesterday, I think I read in the papers, that this will not go through without public hearing. Yes, there's a sponsor, and he has even, first of all, agreed to remove the death penalty part. However, the entire bill will go for public hearing, meaning that they'll go around to various communities, getting people to share their views on it before getting to the point where they debate on it and the House.
They also mentioned that the defamation law currently isn't strong enough to prevent hate speech, which is why they need to beef up the law specifically against hate speech.
Who has ASU story? Or is it the sex for marks? Which one?
Governor of Ogun State at the convocation ceremony, Taiso Laring University, was just saying that they're going to take this indiscipline seriously, especially as it concerns students in universities and lecturers taking advantage of them sexually. It's not going to take it easy with them. I'm just so happy that this is our regular, everyday conversation now. There used to be a time people used to pretend this was not the thing, and when you bring it up, people would say, oh, no, it's not true. What was she wearing? But now everyone is saying, we're not taking this lying down. We'll punish whoever is caught. So I'm so happy that this is where we are now.
That's what press is supposed to do. They're supposed to bring these issues to the fore. Okay, let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune. 3 years after Buhari returns rejected request to Senate. Who has that story? Nobody took it. 30 billion.
Yes, 2016, 2018.
He has introduced the letter or the request to this, and of course there's an uproar. People are saying why, and the reason it was rejected by the 2018 Senate was because there were not enough details. According to them, there were not enough details, and this came out just a day after the IMF was saying we are borrowing too much money. Now we want to borrow again. In addition to that we should take time.
Yes. In addition to that, Buhari is also saying that the oil revenue is way too small to meet Nigeria's needs. So we're having issues with meeting our infrastructural needs and all that. So that's why they need to borrow more money for this. But the problem is that many of them might go to recurrent, at the 80%.
But this
exactly.
is so we are worried. This is like
the money that, not many of these, what we are borrowing already, it goes to recurrent. 80% goes to recurrent expenditure.
But this is for projects, specifically for 39 projects.
But the projects have not been, unless it's inside the letter secretly. The complaint is that he has not expanded on what he needs the money for.
So why are we bringing back the same thing that was rejected? That's why people are complaining that if it was rejected before...
You can't now. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes,
because the National Assembly has a body language now of accepting and agreeing to the presidency. I'm just saying what they are saying. No, I'm just saying what they are saying. I'm not saying it's a fact.
But it says that the 8th Assembly did some, but rejected others. And those ones that were rejected are still
can be reintroduced
important, and they're still important to our development.
Okay.
Somebody from the former organizing secretary for President Buhari's campaign has gone to court, the High Court in Abakaliki, saying that it is discriminatory for the government, for any policy or any law. He said 2-term tenure limits for president and governor as discriminatory. And so because of this, the APC has said that we don't want to hear such a thing, that we want to first confirm if the guy is an APC man. That's Charles Enya. They want to confirm if he's an APC man. I'm like wondering, he served in your previous election. Why are you confirming that they are going to expel him for daring to fight democracy, that anything that is anti-democracy, they don't stand for it in APC. So they are going to expel him from the party because he's asking for third term. Relevance. We're talking about
unfortunately, we have to move on.
We're talking about
ASU is saying that they're not moved by this issue of not paying salary. That is not today. It's your don't pay salary. That they are adamant they're going to put their foot down on the fact that they're not going to subscribe to the IPS. Their own point is that they have their alternative software they plan to use, which they are creating. They're almost finishing touches to it, and they're going to present it to the Senate, and hopefully they get approval for that to be used instead of the IPPIS. But I'm wondering, your employer gives you a software, something to use. You're not saying, no, let me go and create my own software that we used to pay.
And let's compare.
Let's just see. It's not ready. So
we'll not pay them until it's ready then. So maybe.
So anyway, as I said, they don't mind. They can wait. They wait for their own
today. How would they be owing them money for a long time?
How would they eat if they don't pay them?
But they now said on VCs are secretly encouraging their lecturers to better go and register to that with new salary. So they're now saying they don't care about that one. They're going to they're putting their foot down. So please, VCs, let me be patriotic, you know.
Yeah, one voice.
Stay on one side. You're either with ASU.
That's not patriotic. That's not patriotic. That's loyalty.
Loyalty. That's what I wanted to say. Loyalty. Be loyal to one. Either you're ASU or you're not. And let us know where you stand. Okay, that's all we can take on this. When we come back, we'll talk to Jumia. They're having some major promos for Black Friday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. So we have Jumia representative, Mr. Michael Adesoya. He's the head of fashion category for Jumia Nigeria, and he's here to tell us about this year's Black Friday. Hello, welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Good. Thank you so much.
So Jumia is doing Black Friday sales. Is it just for the fashion area or for the entire Jumia?
Entire categories, entire Jumia. from your appliances to phones to fashion, groceries, we're doing across all of our categories.
Interesting. So tell us about what's going on with the Black Friday deals. What are you doing?
So for Black Friday, I mean, Jumia introduced the Black Friday sales about 4 or 5 years ago, and each year it's been getting bigger and bigger. And for this year, we wanted it to be more explosive. So we made it Black Friday every Friday of November. So we started the first one on the 8th, and today is the grand finale. The biggest deals are flying on the site at the moment. So we have a lot of programs, a lot of games, a lot of deals earmarked for today. We started at 12 a.m. midnight with treasure hunt. So during this treasure hunt, one person actually will have bought an iPhone 11 at 1,000 naira, just 1K.
Wow.
And I'm sure Steve Jobs is excited as well.
How do you do this treasure hunt? How do you get to this? If I decide that, okay, this iPhone 11, because I don't have money to buy the real one.
The real one.
The one that is maybe $1 million.
Yeah.
How do I actually navigate?
First, so you can go to Jumia.com or download the app. And then from the app, there is the treasure hunt slider. You click on it, it takes you straight into the page where the treasure hunt, where we've hidden the iPhone. And then you can just navigate with your fingertips. So
you pay first, or?
No, you
it's
check out.
Like it's a game.
So
in some people will say it's a gamble. It's because you might get what you want and you might not get what you want. But funny enough, I actually got my television from Jumia about 2 years ago during this Black Friday. It was really crashed the prices of most of the technology products on the site. What I want to ask is, what will be the delivery process? Because some people complain that, whenever they're doing sales, they get bogged down with lots of demand and it might slow down the delivery process. What's the plan Jumia is making to ensure you don't have such issues during this mega Black Friday?
The good thing about Jumia is that we've been in the game for about 7 years now. So over the years, we've been able to expand our network of our capacity to deliver across the country. We've doubled our capacity ahead of Black Friday because there's going to be an explosion of sales anyway. So we have that lockdown. We've increased our hubs, our delivery machines are also very well expanded.
I see, that's how it's done on the screen?
So yeah, so it's easy. You go to the category, from the app, you go to the category, check what you want. For example, if you want to buy a button-down shirt, you see it, just click through to your question, look for exactly what you want. If it fits your size, pick your size, and then just buy now at a click of a button.
Right.
And then you check out. It's that easy.
I've always also wondered how you're able to constantly give your customers discounts. How does that work?
So for us, about discount is, we've been able to partner with some of the top brands. So what we do when we partner with top brands is to shorten the gap between the consumers and the brands. That shorten no middleman in between, and then you get at the best prices. For example, this Black Friday, we've partnered with brands like Samsung, Binatone, Nexus, HP, Microsoft.
Yeah, I need a blender, so I can actually do that.
Yeah, you have it at the best price possible. So today, like I said, we started at 12 a.m. with Treasure Hunt. We also did flash sale. I know you were talking about rice. There was rice at less than 15,000 naira, Nigerian rice. Nigerian rice at less than 15,000. So also, right now, between 9 and 10, there is free delivery.
If you buy anything right now, you get free delivery
using the app and Jumia Pay.
You need to rectify that because we don't live here till 11. so that I need a pair of shoes. I'm going to
definitely
go there.
We will consider it.
They'll give us special status.
Yes. Nice. And then from between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every hour, we're going to be having flash sales. Flash sales are deals that happen only within the hour. If you miss it at that time, you wait for the next hour. But these are
the best way to get about these deals is to download the app, right?
You download the app, and yes, you download the app and then navigate from there.
When I hear Black Fridays, I always think of like 70% off, because anytime I go for Black Friday abroad, it's always like 70% off or 60% off. But here I always see 10%, 20%. Please, could you just give us a range? Like, well, what kind of discount? Because for me to go and be looking for Jumia, I better be seeing 80, 60%, 90% off.
For Jumia, you have from 10% to 99%.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah, not serious.
For example,
1,000.
Yeah, the iPhone is 1,000.
It's 99. Okay, it's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
is your only one phone, Abi? You have like 10, so I can try my luck.
We have a lot of phones, as much as Nigerians want. And then on that, if you notice where we have 70%, 80%, and mostly maybe fashion items.
Okay.
So we have that as high as. And then we at Jumia, we want to ensure that when we tell you it's X% off, it's actually X% off. Right. So that is why we will tell you from 10% to 99%. It's exactly, yesterday was 1,000 naira. Today, if it's 99% off, you get it for 1 naira.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's good. I'm so happy. Yeah. So is there any other thing you wanted to let us know before we wrap up on this?
So I mean, it's just to tell our shoppers, go on Jumia today. We have a lot of great deals for you. Today is the grand finale. We're super excited in the office.
You have told us it's November now. But just it's grand finale. You're not telling us.
This one is November. Since Monday, if they had come on Monday,
yes,
at least by now I'll have iPhone in my hand.
It's Friday. It's every Friday in November.
Yeah,
November.
But they told us on Monday, so we're waiting.
Yes, now.
I wake up at 4 to come on the show. I would have.
Yeah, exactly.
Midnight. And when the iPhone. Yeah. The good thing is we still have everything today.
Okay.
So from now till midnight, we'll keep reshuffling it for you.
So there you have it, guys. You heard Michael. It is truly going to be the Black Friday to remember. You have absolutely no excuse not to get all the best discounts today. Don't forget to download the Jumia mobile app on the Play Store for App Store to get these exclusive deals. If you need help placing an order, please call 01277-2367 to shop at Jumia's Black Friday sale. See you then. We're going to break now, and we'll see you after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to be taking a hot topic. A blogger, Sugar Belly, started a debate on Twitter after she revealed a person in need begged her for financial assistance of 50,000 naira to help sort out a medical issue after their newborn. Sharing the information on Twitter, Sugar Belly said, and we quote, "People who don't have 50,000 naira, should they be having children?" This question has led to loads and loads of debates and comments online. And we thought to hear your views on it. You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so what is wrong in people having children? Because according to what she is implying here, is that if you don't have 50,000 naira, if you can't afford to have children, why would you have children?
The comment was rather harsh.
Yeah.
Like, even hearing you read it, I'm like, who says that, you know? Because we live in a society that values children. We say children are a blessing. But we also live in a society where we rank number 2 in the world with malnourished children. So obviously, children are a blessing, but we're not blessing them back. We're bringing up these children in poverty and they are malnourished. We are also ranking top 3 in the number of children out of school. So obviously, we are getting something right where we claim children are a blessing and we keep giving birth to plenty children without planning on how we will take care of them.
But one of the beauty of Africa, the beauty of our culture, the beauty of this part of the world is that we're communal. So when you have a child, you don't expect that, oh yes, I have to fund out the bill. There's always somebody to stop. Listen, it's the mentality we have that we are communal in this part of the world. Abroad, it's your responsibility. Nobody, after the baby shower, that's it. But here, you can almost depend on aunties, mothers, friends supporting you. So are we now going to erode that culture because we're saying, oh, you can't afford the child, you don't have a child? No. Don't you feel that people still feel, regardless of the fact that I can't afford, I have married somebody, I want to have children. I should have children because the community will support me in raising this child, even if it has to do with financial support. What do you think, Mariam?
First of all, I think she was quite insensitive because there are many things that could have caused the person reaching out to her for that 50,000 naira after birth. Some people would have put a lot of resources together before they got to that point and may have expanded. And this is life. We know how it is now, ups and downs. One day you have ₦1 million naira, another day you are so broke. You can't believe you're the same person that had so much money in your account. So life happens. So there are so many reasons why it could happen. But going to this, your point about we're communal in the way that we live. And I think that is one of our major problems. Because we believe we're communal, we're having many children, and then now leaving them, you know, to God, especially in the north, where constantly they're in the news for having many children who are not in school or being sent to religious homes to take care of them. You know, parents usually either don't have the resources to take them either through education or give them proper career. So we make that, oh, God will take care of them. And unfortunately, I think God has done his bit and he's expecting us to take the next step. So we need to be careful about that. That community that usually helps too is broke. So there's nobody to help anybody now.
Nima reminds us often of this saying that says, "One
follow."
You can't count kids for people.
You shouldn't. In the Yoruba culture, you shouldn't count kids for someone.
There was a debate between Moghalu and Festus Keyamo.
Okay.
And Moghalu was like that because we're not, the country is not economically sound. We should start to educate people about family planning. You know, maybe a family shouldn't have more than 4 children. Like if you're a man with 4 wives, each child will have 1 child. Not each child will each wife will have 4 children, so that you will now end up with 16 kids. So, and then you cannot take care of them. And Festus Keyamo will say, no, that the more children, the merrier. That in fact we should have more, because it is when we have a full
football team.
a full country that we will now have, we'll be able to train them.
But we're not.
And but when I was listening to both of them, I thought to myself, are you training them? Nobody is training these kids. You know, so the kids are left to wonder about, you know, I know the kind of number of kids I have to turn back at the shrine who come, they have nowhere to go, they just want to find a place to sleep, and they just end up sleeping there. Take your phone call.
Let me take Tunde from Akoka. Tunde, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to contribute on the topic, the sugar berry.
Yeah, go ahead.
About this morning, right? The lady in question, I think she's very interested. There's some things that I follow her on Twitter. Most times she's cloud chaser. All the things that she said, she's always looking for clouds so that people will talk about her, and it's pretty not good. Why would you put that out on the social media that somebody is trying to begging for money? Me, when I got married, I was earning less than 50,000 naira, and today I'm all good for it. I'm earning way above that, you know. So okay. For her to put it out there, just to demean the person.
Thank you very much. I don't want to focus on the person. Let's focus on the message, because the message is, should people who don't have birth children, and that's really the conversation we're having.
And that's the issue we should discuss. We should discuss, if you can't afford to raise a child, why are you jumping into having children?
But you now wait till you're 50 or 55 to have children.
No, you work hard to show up your income, because you can't bring liabilities into this world. So my aunt was very, very blunt with me, and I because I'd heard the story many times, I didn't take it bad. She had a driver that had the first child. She said she gave the driver a refrigerator. A year after, second child, she gave the driver money. The third year, another child, she told the driver that if you try it again, you're losing your job. Because you think you have a job is the reason you are having a child every year, you will lose your job after this. That I am your boss, I'm the one paying you, and I'm paying many other people, and I've stopped that too. You don't earn enough to take care of these children.
But what does she have to tell somebody else not to have children?
Because she is the one having to pick up the bills.
Does he find somebody else to pick up the bills?
That is irresponsible of a parent to bring children to this world, expecting family, friends, relatives to be the one to pay your child's school fees. We must say the truth when it counts. Because someone will call me and ask me, I'm struggling to pay for my 3 through school. And then you're asking me and guilt-tripping me into saying that, but your children are going to big school, you're driving a car. I could have said to have 5 children now. Really, I consciously spaced my twins, and because I knew that I can't have these 2 and then jump and have another child immediately, how would I be able to deal with them? Because I knew the bills when I had my twins, and I knew what we were struggling with. And I know what I'm struggling with now to pay for the 3 going to school. So I wouldn't try. My mom is praying every day. Mommy, if you are watching, your prayer cannot answer. I have blocked it. With family planning, we must be decisive about bringing only children we can take care of.
But family planning, there are a lot of people that are uneducated, and they don't know about family planning. I remember when my uncle was minister, he made family planning his mission. Educating people about family planning. When you carry yourself to all these hospitals you go, they will tell you about family planning.
They do that now. They still do that, YK.
They do that
hospitals,
now. They do that. It's culture that's worried us.
In general hospitals, trust me, it is one of the major things they do.
with 1,000 naira, you would you get yourself under family planning. I did 1,000 naira, YK, to do family planning. So the government has done their part, but they get to the hospital and some people will now get there and say that my husband did not allow me to do family planning. In my husband's family, we gave birth to as many children, and you hear those stories, and they are usually from poor people. We need to say the truth.
I'll take this call, then I'll come to you, Mariam. Good morning. Are you there? Hello. I think I lost that call. Go ahead, Mariam.
So another thing is also we need to look at the role of the government in things like this. So we're a struggling economy, and a lot of things are just missing. So someone who's just had a child really should not be on the streets begging for money for that. The government should have been able to provide something like that to take care of a child who may be ill. Do you understand? We should have good public schools for our children when they come in.
Education.
Yes, you know, and that is lacking. And so it may seem, it is insensitive what she said, but then maybe we should also now look at it. This is where I find myself. This is the country I find myself. How do I survive? And to survive, maybe I should have less children children that I'm able to take care of. But you know the other part of where man proposes, God disposes. So here you are, you have your 3 children, you're able to take care of them for maybe 5-10 years. Then the 15th year something happens. Then people will say, why did you have up to 3 kids? But that was not your plan in the first place.
I came 12 years after my brother. 12 years after. So life happens to you. So you shouldn't be condemned because of it. But the point I'm trying to make is that why would an employer or anybody say, oh, you're having too many children, you're either going to lose your job, I'm not going to support you. On what basis should you do that? That's totally wrong.
The employer can just employer, do your part. I'm paying you 100,000 per month, do your part. If they come and ask you for hospital bills, I've already paid you your salary. Simple and short. I don't think it's the employer's place to say, if you stop having children, stop coming to work. I will pay you your 100,000.
She can say, I don't want you in my employ. It's her prerogative.
Yes, she can say that, and that's it. But she cannot say to him that because you've had 10 more children or 5 more children, you don't work for me. This is all I can pay you. And if it does not take care of your bills, if you're asking me for extra money, I'm not giving you. And if you don't like that, you move.
Let me take this call from Abuli Ekba. Good morning. Are you there? Oh, lost that call. Why this was coming up right now?
Yeah. So, sorry. This. Hold on a second. I found one. Okay. Come. Children are a gift and a blessing. We must have a support system that supports poor parents. I totally agree.
So, now, Waike, thank you for that. That's a good tweet. We must have a support system that supports poor people. There are different grades. There are those on the streets. They're constantly carrying babies. Those ones, I don't know what we're going to do about those ones. Because those ones, we need to find a way to stop them because they keep birthing these babies who are actually
you see one woman,
and their job is just to hawk.
She's begging
beg for money.
No, she's begging. If you drive through those Lekki ways, you see those ladies. They are carrying one baby, they are holding one by their hand, and they are like begging for money. Their entire business plan is to use those children for money. The government must step into those cases because those children become your responsibility.
So that's one group.
Those are the mothers. Commercial. Then there are the children, that will come and be begging.
Clean your windows.
On the road, they are, not even cleaning, just begging.
Just begging.
Yeah.
Just begging. And it's very pitiful.
So there's that group. But there's another group that, yes, they have a job, but they might not be able to get by as well as you are. So they are the lower class, but they have maybe they are doing petty trading and all that. Those ones can have, they have like...
shock you at the reason. An artisan came to my house. I think he was into plumbing and all of that. And he was saying that, why have I not had children after my twins? Then they were about 3 years old. He said, won't you have another one? One is none of your business. But then I now asked him that, why do you want me to have more children? He said, for him, you don't know the one that will die.
Hey, God forbid.
That, as in, I was. He said, you don't know the one that will die. You don't know the one that will live. You don't know the one that would be the source of your wealth. Those were, I will never forget those words. I'm like, so the reason you're having so many children is because if one of them died, one of them will die, another one will be wealthy, some of them can be poor. So you are planning them as your future.
I've said this on set before, and I will say it again. That the reason why a lot of these people have children is when you are poor, there is no light. There is no nothing. The only source of enjoyment is...
No, you can enjoy family
planning. And when you enjoy that enjoyment, you are not doing family planning. The family planning is not entering your ear well.
Let me take this call.
What will come out is children.
Good morning. Are you there? Thanks for calling.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Wande. I'm calling from Opedi in Lagos. Please, I have a problem with what you guys are just discussing now. My problem is, when I was at something 40, I was supposed to marry, and I was not having anything. And I look at the whole condition. I said, no, I won't marry. Now I'm 50. I'm a little bit blessed, and I want to marry. Tell me how I will be able to raise those kids. If I have kids before 50, at least now that I have money, I'll be able to push them through. But because I don't have money and I refuse to marry, now age is not by my side, and those children are just there. Everything is just looking upside down, I'm not so happy to see myself, the old man.
I
didn't hear what he said at all.
He says, is he still there?
I'm saying?
Yeah. You said you couldn't have children before 50. But at 50, how are you going to play football with your boys?
No,
Does he have to play football with his
boys? Okay, so what Sunday is saying is that at 40, he didn't have a job, and he was advised to get married. But since he didn't have money, he didn't do it. Now he's 50, he's getting married, and he's wondering, when would I start raising my children? So he's regretting that maybe if he had a family as a poor person. But Mariam touched on this, and this is the real issue. Our society is unique in that we don't have a system that provides the basics. Because you don't need to be wealthy to have children. Because on a normal day, the children are an investment even for your country. So they're supposed to provide healthcare and education. But now, each parent, you provide your healthcare, you provide education, you provide everything. Diapers are not cheap. Baby food isn't cheap.
I get that, but you see, there's a time and season for everything under the sun. When it's time for you to have children, have the children. See, it's usually, because this man now, that I'll call him.
Why are you having those children? I think everybody has to ask.
At the time, you should have your children, so you can raise your children.
Why are you having those? Because parents write down
because
why.
We're created to procreate. That's part of our. That's why. Is that not why we're created?
I don't know if that's why we are created.
That's one of the reasons. Not why. One of the reasons. Yes.
Yeah, but
not by
it's not having a dozen.
Not by having a dozen.
But
you can choose not to. But you should.
Our society, the society that we live in, this society, begging is normal. I don't have it, I'll beg you for it. So it has become normal. But it is also a burden to the person that you are begging from. One or two phone calls that I get, not one, phone calls in a day, everyone is asking, and when you pick up the call and someone asks you for money, and you feel compelled to give the person, but you are denying yourself to give.
And they don't know you're denying, they feel like you have abundance.
That's what everybody
I have to go on a break, Wyke. I'm sorry, I have to cut you off there. Let me go on a quick. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we have quite a lot of tweets. YK, you want to start?
Yeah, Ayimoro says, if you have the money, just go ahead and assist. If you're not financially stable as a couple, don't think of having children yet. 3 times. Zainab Muturayo says, all that insult because of 50K. That's so embarrassing. The fact that she asked for the money now doesn't mean she has never been able to cater for the baby. Yes. I hear that. Paul says, guys, don't forget life happens. She might have a good plan, but probably something happened, lost her job or death of the breadwinner. Do you want to take more? There are many more, unless you're...
I'd like to address this issue of just 50K. You see, it's easy when somebody is begging and say, ordinary 50K.
Ordinary
for you,
5K.
It's ordinary.
Even
for some people, that 50K is a lot of sacrifice. So you see somebody that dresses well, you think, this 50K is easy in the account. No. So every 5K gone is sometimes
ordinary.
There are times where you shake me from head to toe, you will not find 5K. Like it's that. It happens. Life happens.
Life happens. Oluyomi says, I like Mariam starting by saying that the blogger was insensitive because she was. What blogger said is right, but she shouldn't have said it as response to someone at the mercy of needing financial help for delivery. I'm at the moment in compassion with tears. Okay. Diola says, in the 1960s, having plenty of children was an economic source. You put them all on the farm to make money.
Not now.
But in this new era, having many kids will impoverish you. Too many expenses.
Wyke, I want us to go back to this issue of communal living. So are we saying we don't want to support each other anymore? Are we saying somebody that has a child, we wouldn't all rally around that person and say, okay, let us support. No, here, once you say, I gave birth to, it means, listen, what are you putting to contribute to this child?
Exactly.
So that's who we are.
That is our life.
We do that. There's barely any naming ceremony you go for and you won't feel compelled to give an envelope or to go, you won't go empty-handed. I didn't go for a naming. I didn't go for a naming for somebody in our office because I didn't have anything to carry and I didn't want to go empty-handed. But when you now build your entire life and system on some other people's pockets, that is what is wrong. We would help where there is need for help, but some people are making an entitlement. It's like my life is...
I mean,
but actually, traditionally...
I mean, I'm going to be 60 in a couple of years, and I'm sure you're all going to give me money. Abi, you're not.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, but that's
you're not going to contribute. Better start saving now.
Better
start saving now.
See, that's just
flying you to Spain for that.
I don't care, but save it. It's not Spain I want to go, actually. I want to go to... like Bahamas. No, there was earthquake there. Seychelles.
No, that's Africa now. Let's go outside. Let's not go to Africa.
No, Seychelles is nice. I want to patronize Africa. You know, all this. I want to go exotic islands. Save, it's not Paris I want.
All right, Seychelles. Okay.
I was just saying
and I travel business class.
You know, naming ceremonies, birthdays, and contributions, those are events. But really, a lot of people have built their life. And I think traditionally, Africans, we build our lives around family members that can afford to take care of us. I always say this, that a Nigerian person is only as rich as the poorest person in his family. Because you're taking care of everyone. You know, so sometimes I'm like, are you really rich? Because as it comes in, you know, everybody has to get a...
People flood to my mom, for example. My mother is a widow. Every single month she has people, her children are sending her stipends to live. And people will be coming to her, they'll be lining up, hey, mommy, I want to pay school. She's wondering, excuse me, I am a widow. I am also managing myself. But people they build their entire life around the fact that there's grandma here, and she's the head of the family, she's the matriarch of the family.
Yes. And everybody expects that whatever happens with the richest person in that family will trickle down to every member of that family.
Because we used to put our children in people's houses. We would, like, you have your child, you take your child to one uncle, your child will go to another uncle.
So the point is that we are all guilty because if I know somebody in my family is rich, or if I see two brothers and one is rich and the other one is poor, I will look at the rich brother and say, you are a wicked person. You are a wicked person because you have not helped your brother.
Same as you.
Do you understand? So we are all... I don't believe that if my brother gets rich, any of my brothers get rich today and they don't see me,
they will see you.
This way I will swear for them. They will
no, but YK, the times have changed. When I was small, as a young child, I had a neighbor from the eastern side of Nigeria, and she had his own 5 kids, but he had like 6 other people living with him. We had a story that don't bring people from the east into your house, because you will have like 13 people living in one house. Majorly, the person that rented the house is 1 or 2 or 3 people, but then everybody from the village, you say, follow your uncle. So, but in those days, your 1,000 naira would cook 15 pot of soups or something. Now, the economy has so changed. You're buying rice, you're buying stuff, you're measuring everything.
When my husband and I
were
counting our house, when we were putting budget together, how many people are we feeding in this house? We calculated 10 people, 10 human beings, every day in my house.
You're a communal liver.
Hey, Jehovah, Lord Almighty. So somebody will come to me and say, please, come and do this, come and then I'm thinking, I'm constantly going every day. These 10 people are eating.
I don't want to tell you how many.
Your house.
How many people are you feeding in your own house?
You are an estate.
I don't want to go there. Let me not go there. That's why all my hair is white. That's why we ask scarf every day.
Let me take this call. Good morning. Are you there?
Hello.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. My advice goes to government. The best thing our government need to do is to go to rural area and let them know the importance of it. Because sometimes some women always be afraid. Some people will always say that maybe if they take the family planning, it will cause them infection. Some people always say that the family planning makes them big.
Right.
But government needs to tell them the importance of it and tell them let them know that there's nothing on it.
Arinze, God bless you. That is what I've been trying to say. The government needs to play a heavy role, a big role. This thing, you know,
many.
They actually do. I watch TV every day.
There are many jingles.
Okay,
what of people that don't
have family planning?
Villages don't have lights.
Okay,
and you are playing jingle. How do they watch it? How many of them have radio and TV?
What that man said is true, because even me, I have all the information in the world. I am not doing family planning.
Exactly.
I'm not doing it because I believe that it will make me fat and big. So what I'm doing withdrawal. And that withdrawal one gave you my baby. So I was doing that withdrawal. Unfortunately, something happened. So
miscalculated.
Miscalculated.
And then you have number 4.
Now I'm really thinking of which one.
Before number 5 and number 6.
So I'm now thinking.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. It's a breakfast show.
Because the president is saying on Twitter that focus on fact that presently Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world.
Yes, we are.
Over 30 million out of school malnourished children. My friend, use a condom. Don't bring a child to this world if you can't take care of the child and mother for as long as necessary.
Fantastic.
Omolade Ajoke says, I don't agree with what Sugar Belly said, but we need to face the truth. A friend's gate man has 3 kids. My friend who is well-to-do has just 2 kids. He's the one taking care of this gate man's children. Why have children you can't feed or educate? We need to
I think we can end
truth.
on that. Those are great tweets. So we have to wrap up, but I have to ask you, what family planning can I use? I don't even know.
The one that they tested.
Can you please tweet?
My tested and trusted.
Akabash.
Yeah.
Please.
Advise
her on family planning.
I don't know which one to take.
Please.
No, but
before you ask us on this set, please
we have been telling her offset.
Because honestly, I need.
She doesn't need to worry about us.
I have family plans.
I'm looking forward to menopause, because honestly, I'm tired. I don't like all these things being injected into me.
I'm menopausal and everything is.
I'm glowing on top.
Oh my goodness. All right, no worries. Thank God for that. All right, so I think we can wrap up on that because our celebrity guest already is in the building.
Plan your family.
We'll go on a break now. When we come back, our celebrity guest joins us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. He's a multi-talented instrumentalist and vocalist, musically known as Heavy Wind. He's also a jazz artist from Nigeria who interprets African folk songs and ethnic rhythms using jazz as his medium of expression. He recently played the role of Fela Anikulapo Kuti in the play Fela and the Kalakuta Queens. Welcome with us, Olaitan Adeniji.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for having me.
Call us on 070-8066-8014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Right. Good to have you on the show.
I'm very happy
A lot of people knew you as a jazz musician, instrumentalist, and suddenly they saw you on stage and they're wondering, what happened? Music to stage play? How did they recruit you from that?
I think it's just something that I think I've been prepared for, this particular stage production. I didn't even know about it. I think it's a preparation since I was a kid, actually.
Right.
Because I'd always been, Fela's always been my dad, too, adopted dad.
Right.
So I would listen to him when I was a kid. And so my jazz is pretty much Afrobeat jazz.
Right.
So I've always been listening to Fela. So
a lot of young people may not know you very well because you left the country in the late 90s, I think, and you went to the US. Could you tell us about that and when you came back to Nigeria?
Yes, I was invited for a few shows in New York at the time. So I had to travel and did the shows in New York and Florida. At that point, Fela just started. It was an awareness for Fela at that time, actually, in New York. So it was a big thing. A lot of Americans started playing Fela's music. A lot of guys from South America started, experimenting. Okay. So since we came from the fatherland, so we started telling them this is how, So that's how, we got a lot of Fela awareness in the early 2000s back then and then.
Okay, you mean Fela they play?
No, just music generally.
Oh, okay.
There were bands like Antibalas, bands like Budo's band, bands that actually came up playing Afrobeat.
So you didn't know him personally? Did you ever?
Oh, since school I've been going to Shrine. I mean, here. We will go to Shrine from school. Of course, our parents will not know that. But I've always been watching Fela since the 80s.
Okay, so I listened to you, and like the way I listen to everyone who's had an encounter with the phenomenon Fela and Nicola Kokuti, and you all tend to sound so intellectual, very grounded, which is a bit different from what, as a young person, I was made to believe what Fela stood for. Those values, though, how have we been able to transfer to the next generation of those that want to sing Afrobeat, to understand that you still must be educated, you still must be knowledgeable, and be able to converse with people in a smart way, like you're not just saying whatever fluff comes to your head?
True. Music, especially Afrobeat, in a way, is a passion. So it's not just a pop music. You have to really understand what it is. So Fela was a master musician. That's why I got totally attracted to the man. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He studied music. So it was not a case of him just, playing some bangolo somewhere. He actually went and studied, was one of the best musicians you can have out there. So his arrangements are different. And you also have to study small now to understand what the man is doing. So,
but
yeah.
I know that Seun Kuti was saying not too long ago that everybody claims Fela today. I mean, a lot of young people, Fela was my inspiration. Everybody's doing the mannerisms and, trying to smoke and thinking that that's the definition of Fela. And Seun Kuti was trying to make us understand that there's so much more to Fela than people are making it look. Like it was much more than the smokes. As a young person, I'd like you to share with us those things you learned that maybe people don't know from this icon Fela that we all know.
Listening to him when I was, 6 years old, 7? Because my dad had most of his albums back then. It had a lot of messages that I could relate to while I was a kid. There was no light then. There was no water. And the man was singing about that. And I was there, and there was no water and light. The roads were bad.
It was relatable.
It was in the 70s, so you can imagine. So I could relate to that. I said, man, there's someone actually singing about this. Nobody else would touch it. They were singing praise songs. This man was attacking, and he was, fighting this corrupt governments and stuff. So that resonated with me. I said, listen, there's something about this man. And then you now listen to his arrangements. You have to understand music. Just like you said, it's not about, smoke and all. The man studies.
So let's take us, go ahead, Mariam.
Yeah. So that sort of music, and the sort of music that you do, jazz and Afrobeat, it just seems to be not quite popular now. Many people don't understand it. Maybe people speak too much English in the song, How are you looking to sort of reintroducing it? Yes. And, is it partner or collaborating with young minds so that they get to appreciate it? I'm not in the generation, get to appreciate, the intelligence of that time and the trendiness of today. Right. Is there collaboration?
I think they appreciated it, but again, in their own way. Because we had our own style back then. I mean, Fela was a full musician, had a full band and whatnot. Now, technology has brought these things down to, you can always record with a small gadget. But bottom line is still the sound. But where the issue is the message. Yeah. Because a lot of people are avoiding that. They're playing the good music, Afrobeat is sweet and everything. But many of us cannot face what Fela faced because he went directly after, because he was constantly fighting for the masses. It never stopped.
Let me come to you for a moment. I know Fela is an icon, but I'd like to come to you. What are you doing right now? Are you still playing music? I know you've done the Kalakuta Queens, but are you going to be a permanent stage play artist, or you're going to go straight right back into jazz music, instrumentals?
I'll be doing both.
Okay.
Because I had to go, because then when I did Fela, when I acted Fela, I didn't have a clue what acting was about, so I had to go back to acting school in Florida. I just finished about 3 months ago, so I could have a better feel of what I'm doing.
So have you been getting offers?
Oh yes, I got a couple of offers already.
So you actually went back to study acting.
I'm telling you.
How was? Tell us about your experience actually trying to learn and to imbibe Fela's way, because I saw you before you started, and I saw you during the play. And the transformation was huge. The way you actually imbibed Fela.
Yeah.
You were almost living and breathing him.
Mikey, did you catch a glimpse of your dad when you was here?
Yes, that's what he was.
I'm asking.
Thank you.
That was good.
You know, since I've been following him and I've been watching him, so it was someone that I could, you know, I understood. You know how you understand when a man thinks one way or the other?
It was familiar to you.
Yeah, very familiar. So when Yenny came, she said, you know, when I was trying to get how Fela would, she helped me out a lot. Yeah. She said, Fela Fela doesn't do this. So, this is how he does. So she was one of my teachers back then. Right. So I was able to understand.
Let me take this call. I'll come to you, Sokwe. Good morning. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
All right. First of all, this Fela thing, I think our young people didn't really understand what Fela stood for. And I'm happy, you know, somebody like the gentleman down there, I mean, with you guys, you know, is coming to show us what Fela should be. We should have a course in our university to study Fela. Because for me, I mean, that's something we're giving to the world. You know, by the way, Bros, did you attend ABU?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes, I did.
So I know you know. We've been dancing together all this while.
Oh, wow.
In ABU.
Pleasure.
With Olumide, Ogunride, I don't know if that rings a bell.
Yes,
okay, I don't want
yes.
to mention my full name on here.
All
so
right.
get my number from these guys and get in touch. So by then, we might get in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul. So for me, I hear you saying that you got opportunity to act and then you went back to study more about it. It shows that you really want to put your best foot forward in whatever you're doing. I also know that you play multiple instruments, obviously you know. But people will look at you and feel like, you know, we have this skewed value system in the country right now where everybody is going for money and going for fame and saying, these people made it without doing all this hard work. Why am I killing myself? Why are you still putting in work when you're seeing people not doing as much and achieving success? What drives you?
The difference is passion. We started playing music because we're passionate about it. Money has nothing to do with it. Go and find a job, play your music. You're passionate about it just like you're passionate about golf, tennis, whatever it is. There's some things that you have to consider because it's definitely not going to make money for you. Look around. How many people are making money in music? 1%, less than 1%? Yeah. And the rest are still playing. So you must have passion for it. That's how you stay in there and you stay evergreen. Yes, I still record. I'm still playing. I also try to put a lot of message in my songs, just like Fela.
So where do we listen to your songs? I mean, I know a few. I've seen a few, but the viewers might also be wondering.
I've never heard about you. Sadly, I must admit.
No, that's fine. We're not like pop
commercial
music. Exactly. So it's understandable.
You have your core fans that
absolutely. Yeah, you have your.
So are you in Nigeria?
You know, we were doing one topic before you came on set. So what was your own take on that topic and how many children do you have? You have 15, you have 2.
I have 2 daughters. Yeah. One is 23, the other is 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2 daughters. So that's enough.
Why did you do more?
Yeah. Not that we didn't try, but that was about it. So that's
you're married?
enough. Happily.
Nice, nice.
Are you back in Nigeria fully now? Are you
back and forth?
Oh, okay. Do you want to go into the movie industry? Do you want to act?
Yes, I will be very careful with that and pick my roles. Because like I said, I have a couple of people already asking. So I will pick the roles I feel challenging, both.
Okay.
Challenging that I feel will have a lot of impact and I can actually express myself with that role.
That's fantastic.
Is there anything you are doing right now
would like to share with us?
About to push for the public to be aware of?
Yes, Fela's Republic and the Kalakuta Queens. This December, you want to plan your vacation.
Oh, they're having it again?
Absolutely. You can, from the 15th of December.
Nice.
All the way till January.
Oh, you're playing with BAP?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I must come and watch it again.
Please, you have to be there. In fact, this time you'll be shocked. You will come back. I promise you.
It's different.
Because now we're now going into Fela's activism, his fight with the military.
Okay.
You know, the police attack. His mom's, thrown from the storyboard. So it's like an action movie going on.
Nice.
Very funny.
I'd like to see that.
December 15th.
All the way down,
like
15th, 16th. All the way down.
Very interesting. Now come.
Does stage play pay well?
I'll say depends on, depends on your negotiations, I guess.
Negotiations, right? Because a lot of young people like to do that too, but they just need to know. Nigerians.
I don't like that kind of answer. So are you making money? Simple and straightforward. Are you making money?
America, I came to Nigeria.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's nice.
That's good.
All right. Thank you. So any tweets, YK, for him?
I think I was busy
enjoying the conversation.
It's weekend anyway. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much. Anything else like our viewers?
Well, that's about it. You don't want to miss the Fela's
we'll definitely remind our viewers about
Terra Culture.
Definitely. Don't go and put us in trouble.
Oh, okay. Thank you for having me.
That's all we can take on the show today. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.